Hello, I'm Nush Mokadam, and welcome to Food of Love with Chef Dad. My friends and family know I'm a passionate cook, and I find myself cooking all the time. My kids started calling me Chef Dad when they were little, and one year they made me this little apron. As a dad, one thing I will do in every episode is tell at least one dad joke. I'm often accused of using every pot in the house, but every now and again, I love making simple and delicious preparations. I'd very much appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications, and share this with your friends. Let's get started. Today, we're going to make chicken marsala. This is a staple at many Italian restaurants and is certainly in the rotation of what we cook in our house about every month or so. If you love a buttery and luscious sauce over a bed of linguine or spiralized zucchini, this recipe is for you. You can also make this with veal if you so choose. To get this right, it does take some work, so be prepared to spend a little bit of time. This is, after all, food of love. Let's start by taking the chicken out of the refrigerator. You want it to get closer to room temperature so that it's not getting condensation on it, because we're going to form a crust later. Don't worry, chicken doesn't spoil that quickly. And in the time that chicken's warming, we can get most of the rest of our prep done. How do chickens feel after you remove their feathers? Plucking terrible. Ba-dum-bum-tsh. This recipe works great for about 1.5 pounds of chicken or one pack that you get at the grocery store. You can double it if you want, but it tends to overcrowd the pan. Now let's talk ingredients. Yes, there are a lot of them, but you will see as we go through this cook why each one of them has its importance. Later in the episode, I'll show you how to make basil chiffonade. Now we're going to form a dredge on the chicken to give it a crust. For that, you're going to need about 3 tablespoons of flour, half a teaspoon of pepper, and 1 teaspoon of granulated salt. Now use fresh ground pepper, please. When you have everything prepared, take out a large fry pan, sauté pan, or braiser. I like my braiser. It has nice sloped sides. It makes it easier to turn the chicken. Also, for a complicated cook, I like to line up my ingredients in the order they're going to be going into the pan on my countertop so I never forget what's going next. All right, you ready to cook? Preheat your braiser on medium heat. Add the olive oil and 1 tablespoon of the ghee. While they're warming up, now is the time to add the chicken to your bag of flour, salt, and pepper. Seal the bag, give it a good shake. You want a thin layer of flour covering the entire piece of chicken. Then gently lower the chicken into the braiser, breast side down. It might splatter a bit, so you might use a splatter guard too. Now don't rush this. The chicken and the flour will cook, and it should release from the pan on their own when it's ready. And you'll see that happen. Then gently turn it over, do the other side. When both sides are evenly browned, remove the chicken from the pot and keep it warm. What does a negative rooster like to say? Cockle-doodle don't. You're going to need to add a little bit more ghee into the pot, 1 or 2 tablespoons. Restart your heat. Once that ghee is warmed up, now you're going to add your mushrooms. The mushrooms will initially stick to the pan. That's okay. As they cook, they're going to release a little water and will come free. At this point, add a little bit of salt, half a teaspoon, a little bit of pepper, and brown these mushrooms really nicely. This is going to take a little bit of time, but the brown mushrooms create their own fond and it's really tasty. At that point, you're going to add your onions. The onions are going to help release some of the fond that came with the mushrooms. Now quickly lower the heat, add your garlic, mix it quickly. Now you're going to deglaze the whole pan with your Marsala wine, okay? Then you add your stock, dried thyme, and bring it all to a simmer. Now we're going to put the chicken pieces back in, initially breast side down, for about 5 minutes. Then we're going to turn them over again. We're going to now allow this all to reduce to about 1/3 of the volume. It's going to be really nice and thick. For added bonus, add about 1 tablespoon of veal demi-glace. It will really add to the oomph. Now, when you're satisfied with the complexity and thickness of this sauce, remove it from heat. And now add 1 tablespoon of butter, not ghee, butter. This will give a nice glistening sense to the ultimate consistency. I just got this beautiful basil from my garden. You should smell it. It's incredible. We're going to make a chiffonade. So I'm going to make the leaves all in a pile, and I'm going to roll it up into a tight little roll. And then when I take my knife, I'm going to cut it finely. And what it's going to do is going to give me all these beautiful little fronds of basil. This is often served on a bed of pasta like linguine. You can also serve it on low-carb pasta, or what I like to do is spiralized zucchini. Let's make a bed of it here. We'll place a piece of chicken on the bed of zucchini. We'll add some sauce to cover. We'll then add some freshly grated Parmesan and end with basil chiffonade. Looks lovely. Should we try this? Looks really good. It's smelling awesome. I'm going to cut into it. Perfectly cooked through. Let's take a bite. Take a little zucchini with it. It came out perfectly. You can taste a little bit of the crust from the flour. Really beautiful smell of mushrooms. The basil adds a little bit of pop, and you get the crunch from the zucchini. It's absolutely lovely. This is why it's on our regular rotation. And as a bonus, because it's Italian food, I get to enjoy it with a Barolo. Oh yeah, this'll do. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications. Feel free to share with friends and family. We'll see you next time on Food of Love with Chef Dad.